this morning, last night, pretty miserable. Stayed at the Double Spring Shelter south of Damascus, and it rained, and that roof leaked a lot. So, I mean, probably a great little shelter, great water source, but if it's raining and you're expecting rain, maybe look to see if you can make it to another shelter, or just set up your tent. Otherwise, all your stuff is just going to be wet. I mean, kept waking up in the middle of the night, felt like I was being water tortured. I kept getting a drip landing right on my head. I'd move somewhere else and get another drip on my head. And finally, I got up around 2 in the morning and went to the bathroom and came back, and I was just trying to shine my light as best as I could in the shelter. I was the only one there to see where I could put my stuff so I quit getting dripped on. Answer was nowhere. So I just contemplated packing up and leaving out at 3 in the morning, but the rain was really coming down, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just sit here and be miserable. So had a real miserable night last night, but whatever, it's behind us. I have 18 miles today into Damascus, another shelter. Well, from that shelter behind me, shelter in 8 miles, and then 10 miles into Damascus. From the map, it looks, like real favorable terrain. So hopefully I can keep my steady 2 miles an hour and just hammer it out. I got out of the shelter today and start getting text messages, because down in the little valley where the shelter was, I didn't have any signal, but as soon as I climbed up, my phone started blowing up. People, friends, family, I don't want to complain, but don't text me things that I actually have zero power in my control to fix or do anything about when I'm neck deep in the Appalachian Trail. Seriously, I just don't need that on my mind right now. So, don't text me that stuff. Jeez. Anyways, that's what I woke up to this morning, this foggy, rainy, drippy kind of day. But Damascus is in front of me. The Tennessee-Virginia state line is in front of me today. So, it's all good from here on out. I bet there's something cool to look at over there, just behind all that fog. I hear people. Okay, I just gotta laugh because just passed 10 scouts and 3 adults going, that way on whatever they're doing today. And It's so funny. As I passed them, I could smell their deodorants and their colognes and their washing detergents and their fabric softeners. And I'm like, just walk past another one. I'm like, it's just so funny that after not being around those smells, they are so strong. But I'm sure they were smelling me too, but hey, whatever, man. It was just kind of funny. You could take that in a very weird direction, run around and start smelling people, but they just passed me on the trail, so it's not like I was chasing them down like a bloodhound. The people I heard before were Trey and Fjord. They got dropped back off, I guess, a lot earlier at Tennessee 91. And they cruised a mile through that pasture, and then a couple more miles to that shelter. That was maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles past the shelter when they caught me. So they're moving. They are moving. Fjord says her knee's doing good. She took a handful of pain pills. She's not in any danger of tearing or ripping or hurting anything major. So she's in good spirits. And they're going to get to Damascus around 3, something like that, so that she can go shopping with her grandparents. Her grandparents are trail angels in themselves, because they set us up a room at a bed and breakfast. Milsap something. And so I look at it, it's like I left after 8. It's 18 miles, 9-hour day of hiking. If I keep the 2 mile an hour, which a lot of it is downhill, so I should be able to up that a little bit. So I'm looking at, somewhere between 5 and 6 getting to Damascus. With filtering water and eating lunch. There's some tents. Okay. So, man, if I would have known that shelter would have leaked like that, I would have pitched my tent. That way this morning, only my tent would have been wet. Everything else would have been dry. Unlike this morning, my tent was dry and everything else was wet. Sleeping bag, me, my beanie, my boots. But like I said, that's behind us. Looking at what's in front of us. Getting out of Tennessee today. A concrete slab. This would be like the perfect spot to just see like like a dinosaur just come walking through here, knocking over all these trees, and you know, just moseying on that way. It'd be like, yeah, we need a dinosaur to just walk through the Appalachian Trail right here. That'd be awesome. It's the AT's smallest shelter. This might be the one that is no longer in use, but yeah, I guess if you needed it, it's here. Looks like it's kind of leaning. I stopped for lunch at this shelter. Our food bag is literally empty. All the food I have left are these little Snicker bars and fruit gushers that I put on the straps of this pack, and I will eat those along the next 10 miles. I got there right at 12. It's 12:20 right now. 10 miles. Whew, that wind is a little cold. 10 miles, 2 miles an hour. 5:30ish, 6 o'clock at the latest, 5 at the earliest. Since I've heard now from like 3 different people that this section is so easy to move on. It appears the rain has stopped. Well, the rain really wasn't out today. It was just that foggy mist that gets everything wet. And then the wind blows and makes big drops come down out of the trees. But sun's trying to come out. Some wind just came through and it was cold, and I'm like, brr. But we'll make this day turn better once I get to Damascus for dinner time. Get some videos uploaded. Get a warm shower. Oh yeah. Today is going to become great. Oh, did I mention that it has turned out to be a beautiful day? Of course it would. I mean, come on. Any day that started that bad, it would have to get better, right? But from that shelter, that was a tree. From that shelter, it's 10 miles to Damascus. I've probably gone about 5 or so. And then they threw a steep uphill at me. This is the slowest I've gone since I had lunch. But no, come on. I can get up this because a couple miles from here will be the Tennessee-Virginia border. Yay! And 3 miles after that is Damascus. And possibly a bacon cheeseburger. Or ribs. or baked chicken or pizza or some kind of awesome town food will be in Damascus once I get there. So I'm getting there. But it's a beautiful day. My little thermometer says it's around 60. No rain clouds in sight. Big white fluffy ones floating up way up there. Wind nice and breezy. Not like the wind that's going to push me off a mountain, but just nice and comfortable wind. But I guess if we had them all like today, it'd get boring, right? So I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful day while I have it. Tell you, once I hit town, I'm going to pay more attention to worldly weather. 'Cause I don't know if that was part of Winter Storm Stella or what, but everything was just going nice and comfortable and great weather in February. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, snow, freezing temperatures, bam, bam, more snow. And I'm like, come on, man, it's March, middle of March. What's up? But yeah, that's a very different hiking experience through the snow. So I'm walking along, right? There's these rocks just all up in the path. I'm like, huh. That's because it's the Tennessee-Virginia state line. I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Virginia. I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Virginia. Yeah. So, okay. We'll do the math right this time because I've had breakfast and lunch and I've already hiked like 13 or 14, maybe 15 miles today. So let's see. 14 minus 3 divided by the 2, carry the integer, square root of pi. Yeah. 3 states down. 11 more to go. Tennessee, so long. Virginia, hello. And there's 3.5 miles to Damascus. The time is currently 2:52. So $2.52, so that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 at the latest. Maybe a little earlier than 5 I'll get into Damascus. That'll be nice. And Virginia Blues, 500 plus miles of Virginia, not an issue. Seriously. Getting rid of Virginia will be double from what, we've already done. So, secretly in my brain, when we're done with Virginia, I'll be like, we're done with 6 states. But it won't be 6 states, it'll just be, 4. Don't tell my brain that. Anyway, so, on to Damascus. That's almost scary when you're just walking along and then you look off to your right and you see buildings and streets and parking lots, and I'm just like, whoa, am I that close to, civilization? It's just, less than an hour ago I was up by that borderline. And you just walk and walk and walk and walk. And, you hear a car, by. And you're like, oh, well, there's a road on, beside one of these mountains. But you just walk and walk and walk, and all of a sudden you see, like, buildings up close. It's weird, man. It's really weird. 4:15, and I'm in Damascus, and the trail switchbacks, and it comes right behind this person's log cabin right here, and it comes right down there in between the two properties, down this street. Did I really just do like 3.5 miles in an hour and 15 minutes? Whew. Gravity assisted descent down that mountain. But it felt good. Appalachian Trail, welcome to Damascus, Virginia. Whew. Well, I'm here. They have a caboose. Love towns with cabooses. Alright, where we at? Right here? Well, I guess I'm gonna figure out some place to eat. Alright, Crazy Larry went and spoke to me on YouTube, told me to stop by and say hi. We're staying at the Milsap Baker Estate tonight, so looks like I'm going to walk the trail through town and go say hi to Crazy Larry, and then make my way back and go to Milsap. Hopefully find some food along the way. I found where all the snow went. Oh, Crazy Larry, I walked here. You weren't here, so so I tried calling you, couldn't get through. Now you just text me back.